already, Super Benny here, and today we have our fantastic trip to Madrid. Yeah, early morning, but still very, very busy in Madrid, so I've got to keep my wits about me. We're going to hit up 4 stores today and hopefully pick up some nice little retro games and see what Spain has to offer and probably make a bit of money as well. So let's go hit up our first shop, which is, I think it's going to be CEX, and then off to some retro shops as well. So let's go.
Sunset slow, golden glow. Feel the rhythm start to flow. Good vibes only, let it show. Super Benny, yeah, we know. Easy skanking, swaying slow. Palm trees whisper, let it go. Island breeze, a gentle blow. Good vibes magic, watch it grow. Good vibes flowing all around. Positive vibrations in the sound. No place for worries, can't be found. Good vibes only, solid ground. Barefoot dancing on the sand, hand in hand across the land. Sharing smiles, understand. Good vibes journey, so grand. Good vibes flowing all around. Positive vibrations in the sound. No place for worries, can't be found. Good vibes only, solid ground. Super Benny sets the tone. Reggae rhythm we call home. Feel the music in your bone. Good vibes, future seeds we've sown. Good vibes flowing all around. Positive vibrations in the sound. No place for worries, can't be found. Good vibes only, solid ground. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. Spread the good vibes day and night. Sunset slow, golden glow. Feel the rhythm start to flow. Good vibes only, let it show. Super Benny, yeah, we know. Easy skanking, swaying slow. Palm trees whisper, let it go. Island breeze, a gentle blow. Good vibes magic, watch it grow. Good vibes flowing all around. Positive vibrations in the sound. No place for worries, can't be found. Good vibes only, solid ground. across the land, sharing smiles, understand. Good vibes journey so grand, good vibes flowing all around. Positive vibrations in the sound. No place for worries, can't be found. Good vibes only, solid ground. Super Benny sets the tone, reggae rhythm we call home. Feel the music in your bone. Good vibes, future seeds we've sown. Good vibes flowing all around. Positive vibrations in the sound. No place for worries, can't be found. Good vibes only, solid ground. One heart, let's get together and feel alright. Spread the good vibes day and night. Dusty shelves, a treasure trove, hunting grounds where legends rove. Another score, a classic find, the thrill of the hunt, a gamer's mind.
Alrighty, Super Benny here. It's Video Games Pickups 24, and we're talking about a bit of a disaster on this one. And honestly, it's taken me quite a lot of clips just to get this intro and a few things going. Honestly, it's a bit of a downer. It's a bit of a disaster, this one. It was a hard couple of weeks, to be honest. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I put in a lot of hard work to do the research, to check out these things, to find some cool items for people. All about fun, and I like this to be, yeah, a good, you know, I try and give, I just hope like sort of gaming is like, you know, part of some sort of community. And I don't know, to be honest, it annoyed me a lot. It's hard to even say, honestly. But I'm not going to keep retaking this video and keep saying it, because yeah, it was very hard, this trip. Really hard. We put in a lot of work on the channel just to try and get views and to check out places and find and do the research. We're checking out these places and doing this thing, and we've done a lot of research into the games to find what are worth value, to the places to go, which people are alright and that kind of stuff, and pick out some decent games. Honestly, probably one of the worst trades we've had. We're going to do a separate video about that. And yeah, it was a bit of a disaster. So we headed into Porto, Portugal. Very beautiful place. Really nice city. Totally recommend it. The family time, yeah, the family time was a great time away. You know, great time away. We went to Porto, Portugal, checked out the beach, and having some custard tarts, pastel de natas, drinking the super bark, all that kind of stuff. Very beautiful, Porto, Portugal. If you've been to like Lisbon and the south of Portugal, really sort of cool to go and check out. So I was really impressed by that. I was really impressed by like Bilbao, and I like checking out these new parts. Then we travelled into the north of Spain. Unbeknown to me on the plane while we was coming over, I did see some like sort of lights or fire, and I said, "Oh, is that a volcano? Is that like fire? What's that?" Later we realised, when we get into the northern of Spain, there's been a lot of wildfires and that kind of thing. Quite serious. A few people have died. I think at one point there was over 400 or 500. I'm not sure if that's true or not, and I don't want to get into all the politics and pretend I know everything about it. Yeah, but usually when we go over there is some sort of wildfires anyway. Not to this sort of extent where it kind of engulfed nearly everywhere around. was very, very hard to leave the area and that kind of stuff, because it's like a little sort of its own sort of region. So the planes and stuff was getting hard to leave. The trains were cancelled for almost a week. We had a great time while we was there, but it was, the pressure was kind of building to, if we can leave, but we can go. I've been carrying this bag for like a good couple of weeks as well, to these people who eventually didn't appreciate it anyway. Luckily, the fires kind of had a reprieve, and we was able to escape and that kind of stuff and get down to Madrid. But what a crazy sort of week. I do feel for all the people over in Spain who maybe have lost their homes, and I don't feel sorry at all for the people who was starting fires. I think a few people have been arrested and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been a difficult time. And when you're in that region, very sort of remote, the electricity was cutting at points and some of the water ran out. They're very, very high up in the mountains where the family have resided to. A very, very nice, beautiful country house, but if anything were to happen or the fires come quickly, the risk is there very, very high. So yeah, a bit of a strange one. Great family time. Massive thank you to everyone who helped us like travel and move around and get us through these situations, and work it through. We had a great time with like sort of the local town festivals and checking out things. Yeah, nice time in the sunshine, lots of cool food, brilliant to be around and see the lovely countryside of Spain. You wouldn't believe how actually sort of green it is. There is moments when we was checking out, there is a lot of fire and smoke around, so you could see it was getting closer and closer. So hopefully people will learn for that and try and protect the people. Anyway, eventually we got down to Madrid. I've been waiting to do this pickup video for months, and I wanted to do this video now because I'm changing tact completely. Usually it's a really good positive note, but honestly I'm a bit baffled on this video, and I really am. Usually they're very upbeat and very cool and really, really loving it. I am glad to be back. It may not look like it. So anyway, we get into Madrid. I've got a morning to get there. I've got a morning off to have a look around. Initially, I started off at the CEX. Found something actually very, very cool that I don't normally see. This is the really, really cool things around sort of checking out video games and that kind of stuff, that we do come across things that we've never seen before, which is really, really cool. It was an Illusion of Time Super Nintendo large box, much like the Super Metroid and all that kind of stuff. Very, very cool, unique, brilliant. Never seen one in my life. Unfortunately, couldn't get the trade going over there because, as we always like to try new things on this channel, we try with our CEX trading over there. Has done well before initially. They were quite stubborn from Leon and Castilla region, I believe, that they don't take PAL or English games, which I've heard about they're a bit snobby about in some areas, but this was the first initial sort of rejection we've had. We came very successful over in Bilbao. But yeah, so we couldn't get that trade done. I would have loved to pick that up, or maybe the Castlevania Chronicles that was in there that looked very cool. But other than that, everything was very expensive and not very good either. While I was in that area, there was a couple of little cash converters and something else there. Had a little pop in there because it was quite early in the morning. Then I was in that kind of area because initially the other CEX in the top said it was closed, so I didn't want to risk it and go over there. I went down to Lavapiés to check out the video game shop there. Now the Lavapiés area is very, very dodgy as well. really weird people hanging around. I wouldn't recommend walking around sort of that area. That shop seemed to have closed down and there was no one around there, so I'm not sure if it's completely ceased trading, but it looked like it. I looked through the window, nothing going on there, no games there. Lots of people not from Spain hanging around the streets looking very precarious. I've got a very big bag full of games that, you know, is a big risk to me, so got out of that area. Don't recommend going down there. Yeah, don't recommend going down there. Then headed to the centre. So I went to CX there, Lavapies. So the first two shops, bit of a fail again. Third shop, we went to Caucho store, which I had very high hopes for. Done a lot of research, checked out the videos, checked out the people in there. Now the store is pretty good. Pretty good when you go in. There is a wide variety of PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Nintendo Switch, collector's editions, and that kind of jazz. Yes, but the trade-in, what we did, we had a big bag. Had roughly over €1,000 worth of games to trade in. Let's see what we could get, because initially I wanted to take a big bag full. So whilst we was over there, that we could find maybe a big hitter. Now, and to get into these levels and that kind of stuff, it's a crazy, it starts to be in that crazy level. I'll break it down in the next video because I don't want to get too stressed and annoyed about it because I feel really disgusted about it anyway. Let's get into the pickups that we've got. It's just it's a very difficult video for me to make this because usually I'm so upbeat and passionate about it, because it went really well. It's really annoyed me, and normally I'm not very sort of personable, and I'm very, you know, I'm very sort of honest how this went down. It went really terrible, really bad. Let's show you the pickups that I've got from there. Now, I traded in the games from there. He's given me, let's see if I can find my wallet. I don't know where my wallet is. Anyway, we initially agreed. I took out the games, said, look, I've got some games for you. It's 450 bloody euros trade, he reckons. He said his friend wasn't there, the main guy who runs it, but it's those two guys in there all the time. Weird. He got back to, you know, where I'm in the shop, I'm looking around, checking out all what I can find, see if I can find some absolute amazing things I can add in here. You know, it's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. I'm over there, I'm hoping to hit big. And because the prices are absolutely nuts over there, and the crap. Anyone else who's going over there, they know the crap, yeah? So we're going over there, we're trying to find stuff. And I get offered 450 euros to trade, to look around the shop. Oh, cool, brilliant. Let's go check out some stuff. The stuff I've got here is 225 euros. The cents, he didn't give me like the pence or the cents that was in there. That's another fucking lost money I've got as well. I'll show you what I've got. Absolute fucking shit. There is a couple of things. Luckily, I've good taste. As I said, I'm getting annoyed already. For fuck's sake. This is really fucking hard because I'm putting a lot of fucking work into this. I've got a Kai Katana Chi. It's a cave shooter, very intense. It's okay, mid to poor sort of game. That was on 25 odd euros. I've got Naruto Ninja Storm. It's the card edition. The box is a bit rough, and the super brilliant kicker in this, because I've had this as well with other games, and I've gone to the game shop as well, and they're covered in plastic, and you think, oh yeah, they've checked it, and put it in plastic, really caring for the games. Oh, it's half decent inside. Always open them up and check them. I'm not even trusting these shops anymore, and people are struggling. People are struggling for the stores to be open. I just went to the Lavapiés shops, didn't I? I went to the Lavapiés shop, the video game shop, and it's closed. You know why? Because the prices of the rent are so bloody expensive. So if you want me to come and support your shop and your games are expensive and it's not stuff I like, and how am I going to spend my money over there? I go to Spain and the games are like super expensive. England is the best place. England is the best place for pickups. It is. I'm sorry, it is. Anyway, the Great Naruto Ninja Storm comes with a few cards. It's even got the receipt. The box is a bit rough, but yeah, the super awesome Kyoto games have given me a really nice, crack in the disc on the absolute poopy bumhole. Poopy bumhole. So we've got a mid-game, boring game for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3 edition there. Maybe I can find the other disc or whatever in there. It's a cheap game anyway. Someone might like it because it's an edition. The reason I'm doing this is because all of this is going. It's going. I'm not keeping it. It doesn't bring me any joy, so it's not staying in here, and it's going. It's going. I'm really like. It's a really sort of negative pickup video, so it's not. None of these are pickups, but they're not staying in my collection. Cuphead, I thought I'd give that a try. That's been on my sort of radar for a little bit. Heard some good things over there. It's really hard. My life's hard, so I'm not looking to be stressed and annoyed with Cuphead. The last sort of two, I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. 5 games from a bag of €1,000. My wife said, "Oh, you're not coming back with the bag full." Well, the bag wasn't full. We got rid of it, and we didn't find anything decent, and it was crap. So, yeah. Oh God, let's get fuck's sake. Let's fucking carry on. The worst pickups I've had. Oh yeah, honestly, it was the worst trading I've had. Like top 3 worst tradings of all time. I just wanted rid, but it gets worse. It gets worse. So I'll get into it. So PlayStation 3. This is quite a cool one. If no one picks this up, this can always stay. This, they like to bum about, oh yeah, I'm Japanese and that kind of stuff, and oh, we're a cartoon. They love like Japanese games over collected in Madrid because, well, nobody brings retro. You're not going to bring retro with these bloody prices, are you? You're not going to bring retro over there, and I won't be bloody bringing any more back. So yeah, we've got a Japanese pachinko game. It's the Evangelion Premium Box. Now I've had this on my radar after visiting Japan myself. Comes with some like Evangelion sort of toys in there, and the pachinko game, which I have played while I was over there in Japan. Pachinko is a bit of a mad one. When I was playing it, the balls were flying everywhere. Mad. Cool little thing, but honestly, bitter taste in my mouth after the whole trading situation saga over here. The only sort of good moment is probably finding Clay Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo. I say good, but there's a bit of a hole here in the back. Yeah, it's boxed. It's got the game. The only small kicker is the manual doesn't have the front cover, so yeah, it's a bit imperfect. I managed to source another manual. Maybe I can claw back some money. So from that deal, $4.50, right? Yeah, we're getting $2.25 there. That's 225, 5 mid games, one's broken. So I think, oh cool, I've got 225 left. That's, not too bad, but I'm not really losing out too much, whatever. No, I'm not getting 450. He said, oh yeah, it's 50% less because you're taking in cash as well now for the remainder. So I got 120 euros. So for the whole deal there, I've got 225 games and 120 euros, which is just pants. And he didn't give me the cents from it. So yeah, and rather than be like a decent sort of customer service and go like, oh, okay, do you want to pick up some extra games? What are you interested in? Oh, take this, whatever. Oh man, you're gonna lose out on some money here. Here's cool, whatever. I even give my buddy a gift as well. I even give one of those promo bananas. Yeah, I guess there's no friends and community in this game. I just stick to my own stuff and not bother trying to play with the big boys in this kind of sense. I'm not really for the same sort of price. I could have easily bought a ticket to Japan and gone to Japan. So hey, to the wife, hey, I'm going to Japan for like a couple of days, play some arcade machines and come back. I would have had a better time. If you really want to spend 300, 400 quid, go spend it somewhere. Something that you're going to enjoy. Honestly, it's getting painful on the retro game side. So yeah, I finished with 220 in store, 120 euros. They're going to sell all of that for more than 1,000. They're probably going to sell maybe Outrun over 200 quid and Streets of Rage and some F-Zeros and the Zeldas, and I saw one of the Zelda cartridge in there for like 70 euros alone. So 3 or 4 games, they get the money back anyway, and they're gonna quadruple the money. So they make a lot of money. I'm keeping one store alive at least. Don't say I'm not doing enough. I reached out to them to contact them and say, I'm not happy. Oh, we'll send you the Naruto game, whatever. I'm down. I'm down quite a bit. I'm down like emotionally. I'm down like a couple hundred quid. Yeah, I don't want none of this really in my collection, so we're going to move it on, get it out there. We've already sort of started that process, so I wanted to quickly get this video games pickups out of the way because it's negative and it's rubbish. And poop, absolute poop. So I've got some really, really cool games that I really like because I found nothing there. So the next video games pickups will be a lot more positive and a lot more cool. I'm doubling down. I'm not doing these video game hunts. I'm not doing this. It's a bit of a learning experience. And, it's not the finish or, the target. It was the journey. The journey, we found some really cool games. We know we can find some bargains. We know we can find some awesome games. We found some awesome games. I put some awesome games aside for myself that I found whilst I was doing this and researching for this. It's a big kicker that it was terrible and was crap. Was terrible. And disappointing for that store. I wouldn't recommend. Go stick your head in there, but don't spend a lot of money in there. As I say, you can. The price is not even competitive to online, so you're paying like euro prices. If you're thinking of making a specialist trip to Madrid to go to these shops, don't bother. Madrid is a bit of a tourist trap as well. All around that area where the store was based was kind of prostitutes and weird people and other mad stuff going on as well, and it's just very fake, very weird. The shop itself was alright, it's cool, but disrespectful, offering me less than 40%. He said it was a 40% trade. I'm not getting 40% there, and if it's 40% from 450, it's more than 1,000, isn't it? You win in there. Then to say the 50% from the trade. Anywho, after the third one, we moved on to Cholo games, and after that, I was a bit drained or whatever, and some of the videos, I just didn't really have the feeling for the videos. Having said that, it's 45 degrees and boiling hot. you'd be better off doing what I love doing anyway when I come to Spain, and check out the food shops, check out the churros. There is a really cool place right next to Cholo Games. It's called Antoine Pizza, which you can get a beer and a really large slice pizza for like just a couple of euros. So highly recommend that. I've actually been there before, and I think I've tried to check out Cholo Games before when I've been there. I think I was down below before and didn't go upstairs by accident. So yeah, it's a bit of like if you ever go to like the indoor markets, it's like that. Very, very sort of hard to find. Just next to the Taco Bell, just off the main square, where you see the famous sort of bear holding the tree. If you go down that road there, inside like a weird sort of green area, and you go upstairs, Cholo Games is there. Yeah, crusty games, old stuff like Atari, Spectrum, Commodore that people's not really playing. The Super Nintendo section, much like Household Store, was very old, very outdated. Nothing rare, nothing cool. Again, things priced way above PAL in England, very expensive. The people in there was very rude. Even some of the figures and stuff they had around, like gachapons, they were selling like the gachapon Bomberman for like 18 euros a pop, when you can get them. You can get a full set for like 30 quid. So, I don't like people taking advantage of people over there. It's kind of, offer a fair price. I'm giving good stuff to them because they don't have retro, to get a fair price, to get an even price for myself, and to find something unique and sort of rare that isn't going to be around for much longer, and the price is like these people pushing them up. So you have to be a part of it, but as I say, it's just getting to the point where it's so disgusting. Yeah, so we're getting into the end game. I'm going to drop another video as well in the not too distant future. It'll be called the end game, where I'll be explaining what all of this is for, and why we started the channel and why we started into this. It's basically to pick up the final retro bits where I believe in the next too distant future that will be unobtainable and priced out for normal people, because the prices will go so crazy that you won't be able to really enjoy them anymore, and you get priced out and phased out of all those collections, that kind of stuff. I do believe this is a bit of a bubble as well. I did see some younger folks as well who was popping around similar age and that kind of thing, and looking into, oh, that's cool, and they don't participate it, simply because it is very expensive. So if people are not participating in it, it's a bit of a bubble, it will crash. Other people that I did see whilst I was over there in Portugal and Spain, both in the CEXs, one in Portugal and one in Madrid. So young people looking for games and kind of off put, looking at them, trying to oh yeah, am I interested in gauging their interest, but not able to obtain it. In Portugal, I believe they were maybe looking at the PlayStation 5 game, €70, way out of a normal young person's reach. If you don't have a job, you don't have this kind of thing, it's very cheeky to ask over €500 and then pay €70 for games. Feels very, very unfair, and I feel for those kind of people. Again, people looking into maybe the lower end in Madrid of like PlayStation 4 and Switches and that kind of stuff. Again, you can almost attain it and that kind of stuff, but I don't think young people are going to entertain these crazy high prices, that kind of stuff. And that's where I feel this is the end games of things, and this is where it's going. I get a lot of enjoyment out of this. The end game will be eventually to the next sort of 15 years. This is very much an entertainment area where I love to play the games and enjoy them. And eventually what will happen is all these cool finds I've got over the years, once I want to retire and that kind of thing, or I want to maybe give this to the young one, it's going to be very much sell it, get rid, and that'll be it. It'll be done. So yeah, had a lot of good times with everything. Yeah, a bit of a massive downer, but this is what it is. Yeah, this for me is fun. This is for me entertainment. People are like collecting. I'm getting stuff for the retro stuff, for the memories and the vintage and that kind of stuff. I don't want to go too crazy down that route. I'm getting the stuff where I can over the next sort of year or so onto the channel. That'll be it for the retro. PlayStation 5 will that'll be the main focus, playing those, enjoying those, then enjoying the library, maybe dabble into PlayStation 6, I don't know, but that'll be it. Really, really enjoying all the games that I picked up and enjoyed, and that'll be it. Then hopefully when I sell the collection, I'll have a decent sort of return on that. A nice sort of lump sum. It's like an investment, isn't it? And then, part of that will probably go into maybe games or, whatever it is that's kind of cheap, or emulations. Maybe give some to like a hospital or something, a children's hospital. So I want people to play games and enjoy games. What I feel is with a lot of these collectors in Spain that I've seen is me, gatekeeping, and people just, oh, that's mine. I'm very happy to share with my family and entertainment and anyone who comes into my house to play these games and have a full library of digital art and multiplayer games and fun games to play for everyone. Having that library access without it leaving the PlayStation Store or being denied out of price or anything like that I'm not able to access those games from my childhood or whatever. Yeah, I have access to them, and that's it. I'm not buying excess games because I want a full collection, I want a full power collection and all that kind of stuff. Hey ho, I digress. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one. Barcelona wasn't great. Madrid wasn't great. So there was cool little things going on over there. There was the little Burger King promotion over there. We did visit the McDonald's and had the passion fruit McFlurry, like I said before. McDonald's was having a Naruto promotion, so I've got like a free T-shirt with the Naruto burger, and you get like a T-shirt with it, and cool little stuff. The Happy Meal came with some Naruto toys. I think it initially came with Gara, but the guy over there was very, very cool. Yeah, oh, you're looking for a different one. So I said, oh, have you got Kakashi? He said, oh, I've got Kakashi. The woman who was working there, she said, oh, I've got Naruto. I said, oh, I give this to my daughter. It's like subliminal, like Kakashi's the best ninja. So that's pretty cool. I've got a cool Naruto shirt. There's a little toy there for the little one. So yeah, not all bad. It's a good family holiday. That's the main thing. As I say, I've been wanting to do this video to get this negative stuff out of the way. We put all of this, we're getting rid of this out of the way. The CEX didn't kind of work out. I'm only going to take maybe 1 or 2 games if I ever try it in the future, because I'm always going to Spain anyway. I'm not going to bother bringing all my retro games to Spain in the future. I found some amazing Mega Drive games. I can bring Super Nintendo games over there, but they don't appreciate it. They only want to play Master System. They only want to collect Japanese games. And I don't know why. Everyone speaks Spanish and they don't want English stuff and they don't want any other language. So they're obsessed with collecting Japanese stuff. They're obsessed. They want Mega Drive. They want SNES games. But if you're going to get less than 30-40%, what's the point for me to bring it over there? Jolo Games, rude and crusty and didn't have a good choice and very, very expensive. So what is the, if I can't get value, I'm the only sort of person who's trying to even bring stuff over to them. Let them keep trading the PlayStation 2. Let them keep playing, PlayStation 3 and very mid-tier stuff like that. Not very great stuff. So it's you're not going to visit these shops, and because you're not going to find anything unique. That's what I'm getting at. You're not mid-tier. I've got very mid-tier stuff here from that adventure, and it was broken. So if you're not getting some absolute hidden gems, cool stuff, and I say, hey, come to this place, it's pointless visiting. Innit? You can go anywhere, any car boot, any shop, find some random games anywhere across Europe. It's the most expensive. They don't have a good variety, and there's nothing particularly super rare. And why would you go spend 300-400 euros over there and not get treated very well? Hey ho. There was one good thing that came about from this trip. It was the CEX roulette, and this is Fighting Legends. Yeah, this just shows you, it can be done. It can be done. This is a lot of hard work that went into it. As I say, I'm switching it up and moving the games over. The next pickup video will be some awesome finds that I've got, and I know I can do it now. I know I can, I know I can do it in Spain. I know I can do it here. I much prefer to do it here. It's less risk for me. Maybe in the future I will, message ahead and do that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, this is a really cool one. I've showed you on my channel. Comes with 3 different games: Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting, and King of Fighters 97. So a whole bunch of plethora of games on there. This was a €60 roulette worth over sort of £250 if you want to try and buy it new online. So yeah, fantastic Spanish roulette that I got over there. So that saved it, to be honest. I probably maybe only bought one game or so if I would go to these shops. Yeah, very, very disappointing Madrid. I don't recommend English people trying it. But hey, you're going to learn from my channel of, trying it and doing it and whatever. You've got to be in it to win it. You've got to be able to participate and put yourself out there. I put myself out there. I tried it. Tried to be nice. Even give them a little gift. Say, hey, I want to support your business. Blah blah blah. Chiller Games was like super super bloody rude. Couch store gave me less than 30% and a broken game. We'll send you the Naruto game. I'm not interested. I'm gonna get rid of all of those games. If you're interested in any of these games, comment below. They are flying out very, very fast. I believe 1 or 2 is already sold already. So if you're interested in any of the games, I can get those sorted to you. Just message me below and I can sort something out for you. So yeah, video games pickups 25 is going to be very, very upbeat. I think it's very important to also not pretend and say it's all good and everything's rosy and everything. Oh yeah, this is brilliant. Because it's not. Yeah, it's really, really hard to do these things. Not everything's success. Trading into these places is very hard and whatever. I brought some absolute amazing games in there and it hasn't worked out. I've got absolute rubbish on there. As I said, I could have done better stuff with that money. Anywho, we've kind of flipped it up and got some cool stuff coming. This afternoon turned into positive. We went out for lunch, just me and my daughter, had pizza, found a really cool item from CX local in here. So yeah, turn it into a positive one already, and I'm feeling much better about it. Honestly, I felt very, very disgusted about it, and I was really sort of passionate and very keen to bring retro to Spain. They wasn't loving it. They're not. I don't know. I don't feel they feel the same love or uniqueness for video games over there. It's very much, oh, I've got it. It's mine. sharing the game, sharing the stuff. I mean, if I'm not feeling stuff, I'll give stuff away. There's stuff I've give away for pittance. You know what I mean? Or hey, try this, man, try that. You know, I want to get people involved. This is why on my channel, it's not all videos. It's all about video gameplay because I want to try and like introduce you and get you involved into my sort of hobby and that kind of stuff as well. So yeah, you know. I don't know. I feel a bit better just speaking about it on here. And yeah, it's a bit of a downer, a bit of a weird one. Video games pickups 24. What a disaster. From the wildfires to the crap stores to the 45-degree heat melting me. They didn't even have air conditioning in there. Going around to the shops. The CX got. They didn't want to take the games over there. The leather piece shops was not going on as well, and yeah, it's just really weird. I'll leave there is two other shops as well that I'll leave linked in because I'm a nice guy, I'll leave in all this information where you can find these games as well and find these video game shops. Even though I get ripped off at them, you might have better bloody success than I do. So yeah, there's one up in the top. There's one sort of on the outskirts as well. I'll leave the details of these shops if you want to go and get yourself ripped off too, and or get speaking to, read to, buy, or even go and have a nice pizza as well. There is options there for you. I'll give you that information. And life is a choice, and you can use your free will to try and get whatever games you can. What a disaster! Oh my god. Video games pickups 24. I'm done. And I'll see you for video games pickups 25, which is so much better. Honestly, the highs and lows on the channel. This is a low one for the year. Super Benny out.